Hi, Dave Brown again, the old hillbilly. You know, I'm the guy that took his wife and 5 kids out to the mountains and on 20 acres, homesteaded it basically. You know, I mean, we bought it, but I mean, we built a home, wind generators, solar power. We build our own. We have a spring for our water, greenhouses, you know, animal pens, all that kind of stuff. And so this is kind of our experiences, some of the things that we've learned to do out there in hopes that it would help you in a survival situation in the city. What do you need to do to prepare? How do you need to put it together? So that's what we're kind of talking about. And today it's snowing outside. We've got about 4 or 5 inches, not a big deal. And yesterday Zachariah and I butchered a pig, put him in the refrigerator. We're going to have to let him sit there for about 3 days before we cut him up. But boy, there's nothing better than fresh, homegrown, on the corn, you know, pigs. Boy, the bacon, the hams are just melting in your mouth. Love growing pigs. You know, of all the animals that there are in order to grow, I'll take a pig any day. They're so much easier than a goat or a sheep. You know, 3 times the meat, and when they give offspring, instead of getting 1, maybe 2 goats, you get a litter of, you know, 10. And you know, a couple of times a year, a litter of 10 is an awful lot of meat when you grow them up. So it's no wonder that in all societies the primary meat is pig. But love my pork. So anyway, it's a kind of a cold day. I figured I'd get on this video thing and explain to you how to do, or how to make a sleeping bag and or coat for less than 25 bucks, and it will keep you warm for a long time. So what's the material that best material to have around? I think wool. Anything wool. Wool shirts, wool jackets, wool pants, anything wool. And so we're going to take a wool blanket, and we're going to make a you know, like one of those little Mexican throw things over your head. So you get this wool blanket, nice deep 100% wool. Measure it so the back of the blanket only touches the inside of your knee. Create a little T. We cut it as a T from shoulder to shoulder, and then a little T spot down the middle, slight, just barely big enough to put your head in. We don't want it real large. Slide the blanket over your head, and then you'll look down in front of you, and you'll see that from your knees on down, there's a whole lot of blanket left. So we want to cut that blanket off right about at the knees. And so you'll have a strip, could be, oh gosh, anywhere from, you know, a foot to 2 feet. And we want to cut that in half, not diagonally, but lengthwise. So we cut it in half lengthwise, and now we have a belt that we can tie around our waist and keep that wool blanket tight. And then the other piece will wrap around our face. You wrap it around your neck and up around your nose and around your face, maybe even on your forehead if it's long enough, if you're not a fathead like me. And you put that together. And from there, what you want to have is a poncho, an army poncho, not one of those flimsy little plastic things that you get in the sporting goods shop in a little plastic bag, and actually the bag is thicker than the poncho. So you want an army poncho. It has rivets on the outside. If you can't get an army poncho, go down and buy a tarp and cut up the tarp to about the size that you would need. Don't cut the grommets off or anything, because we can use that to make tents with. So you put this army poncho on and you are set. That is by far the warmest little piece of work that you'll ever find. Now, to convert this idea over into a sleeping bag, you need one more wool blanket. And when you get ready to lay down, you would either take the poncho and make a little fort, tent, canopy, or if you're just laying on the ground, then just roll up in it on the ground. You want to, inside that, you want to have the extra wool blanket that you roll up in. You'll take the waistband off and the headband off, the neckband, whatever you want to call it, scarf, and you want to wrap your feet. The quickest way to lose heat is through your feet. Next is your head, and next is around the kidneys. So if you can keep your head, your kidneys, and your feet warm, you're going to be warm no matter where you are. But that's about the quickest way for you know, a quick warmth blanket, wool blanket, jacket. Here you go. It's not real catchy on the ski slopes, but it sure does keep you warm. And we've used it out there on the property on a couple occasions when it gets really snowy, when it gets really cold. That's what we use. Sometimes inside that we'll have a hoodie, and we can pull the hoodie up over the scarf, and then the plastic army poncho over top of that. You're warm, you're dry, and you've got to be real careful not to sweat. Anytime in cold weather, once you start sweating, you're going to lose insulation value in whatever clothes you may have. So we want to make sure you don't sweat. Keep dry. That's the key to winter. And so that's about it for this little segment. Anyway, I hope you have a great day today. I do have books and things that I have, you know, on survival. I also wrote a book on the Revolutionary War, on how God gave America to be free. These tapes are not to sell those things. However, I've got them. So, but I'm not going to sell them to you because I don't, you know, you're going to have to contact me or do something else. These tapes are to help you with all of your survival needs. Many of the things in the book are on these tapes, so in a sense you don't need the book. But if you want the book, get in touch with me. You know, I'll sell the 2 of them for 25 bucks to you and ship them out. So let me know. God bless. I appreciate you watching this video. Get a hold of your friends and tell them about this video. You guys get together and start preparing for this anarchy that is about to come to our cities, for sure.